Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You know who I am. I'm Route 1 FM, and this is a new save that I'm doing to run alongside my Grassroots to Glory save, and it is with none other than the Mad Scientist 94-95 database. What a time for English and world football, shall we say. This was groundbreaking. The TV rights was getting better. You had focus on the Italian league on terrestrial TV. You were hearing glimpses from Spain. Sky Sports News sort of was kicking off around this time. It was a big era. Players like you see on the screen, Romario, Roberto Baggio, Paolo Maldini. You had the likes of Andre Kanchelskis, Eric Cantona, David Beckham, Alan Shearer, just to name a few. And clubs, the clubs Ajax, Barcelona, AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund were big around this time. Liverpool had history, was building history with their managers. You had Arsenal, who just come back off a European victory in this, and that is where we're going to start. Yes, you've seen it in the intro. We are starting at Arsenal, but I would like to say to everyone, go and support Mad's database. Go and download it. Go and have fun with it. It is a really good database. You can also subscribe to Mr. Tierney's Patreon and get the kits, the faces. You can get the new gen details in order to get the new gens coming, all in this database. In the summer of 1994, I have taken over Arsenal Football Club, stepping into a team at a critical junction in its history. The previous season had brought European glory, with the club lifting the prestigious Cup Winners' Cup under the guidance of George Graham. However, despite that success, an off-field controversy forced the club to part ways with the iconic manager. My arrival marks a new chapter here at Arsenal, and I aim to build on the foundations of a strong, disciplined squad while striving to introduce my vision and take the club to new heights in English and European football. Now the formalities is out the way, let's meet the team, and we're going to start here with the goalkeepers. There's going to be some great names here. David Seaman, yes, the iconic England goalkeeper, is here at Arsenal in this database. You've also got Lee Harper, a lesser known goalkeeper, but he did start a career at Arsenal. We've also Vince Bartram. He's arrived. This is, I believe, his first season at Arsenal when he was here. He's obviously coming from, I think, Gillingham it was, but there are the goalkeepers. Onto the defenders now. We've got Linnigan, we got Keown, player who I'm trying to get rid of, Paul Liardson. He was the one who caused a lot of controversy back in the day. Youngster Scott Marshall, none other than Steve Bold is next up. Then Mr. Arsenal, Tony Adams. Gavin McGowan is a youngster. Then Lee Dixon, Matty Rose, Nigel Winterburn, and Steve Morrow. Yes, you have got a core English backline. Seaman in goal, Dixon, Winterburn, both fullbacks, with Adams, Bold or Keown in there as well. Midfielders now, there's Eddie McGoldrick, David Hillier, Stefan Schwartz. This was his first season for Arsenal. This was the player who we only brought in that summer. John Jensen, yes, the iconic player who scored that winner in the Euros for Denmark, but hasn't scored for Arsenal, and he still hasn't scored yet. Then you got the Romford Pele, Ray Parlour, a player who has been with the club for a hell of a long time, and I believe holds one of the records for appearances, Paul Davis there. Then you've got Ian Selly as well, who made his name this season. Mark Flats, bit of a player, bit part player, same as Jimmy Carter. Then you've got Paul Merson, Mr. Strictly there. Hopefully his dancing feet will dance down the wing in this one. Stephen Hughes is at the club, and also Arsenal commentator on Arsenal.com, Adrian Clark. He makes an appearance this season. Now the front line. Paul Shaw, bit of a bit part player in the Arsenal team. Hopefully I can ship him out. Then you've got Ian Wright. Do you need to say anything more? The guy is going to be a legend wherever he goes. Also, another legend is Alan Smith, the person who scored that winner against Parma last season, now back in this season. Also fighting for that front spot is Kevin Campbell. Campbell and Wright, great partnership together. Hopefully they can do wonders in this save, with a backup of Paul Dickoff as well. Basically, we're looking to do the typical 4-4-2. You can easily do a 4-4-2 and be successful with this Arsenal team. And of course, you've got to start thinking about transfers in, and I've built one for next season. Yes, 15-year-old Nicolas Anelka has joined from Paris Saint-Germain. So he is going to start learning English before his arrival. It's cost us about 1.8 million in compensation, which is a bit more than what Wenger paid back in the day, but the idea of a 15-year-old striker who I can blend is really good. And speaking about other transfers in, this one's come in straight away. It's cost me 2.5 million, but John Hartson has arrived from Luton. He's played 34 games in 2 years with the club. I needed a big man. I'm looking possibly to get rid of one or two strikers, but I need someone there to build on for the future. And in this save, he has been wanted by a lot of clubs. And with that being said, straight after that, Eddie McGoldrick has joined Rangers for £1 million. Now we've met the team, the question is what can we do so far in the season? And we've got some big games coming up. We've got Spurs on the opening day of the season, Leeds, Forest and West Ham. But first, we've got none other than the Super Cup against AC Milan to contest. So let's go and see that action now. It's the curtain raiser for the season. It's the Arsenal versus AC Milan. Arsenal cup winners versus AC Milan European Cup winners. The question is, who will take home the Super Cup? My first competitive game, I've gone with a 4-4-2, and in the second half I brought on John Hartson instead of Kevin Campbell, and Hartson makes the difference. Corners is something that I'm going to be working on, and look at that, like typical Arsenal near post corner there. Tony Adams getting on the end of it makes the game 2-0 to the Arsenal and the winning result. And as we see Tony lift the European Super Cup, it's a monumentous occasion. Hopefully it's a push forward for the rest of the season. The season kicks off now with a game against Spurs where Adams puts us 1-0 up. And when you're playing Spurs, this man needs to get on the score sheet. Ian Wright as well marks his start of the season. Hartson then come on, done some work. Parler playing tricks, and the rompered Pele makes it 3-0 against Spurs. And it's only the first game of the season and the first half. There we go. Wright is through again. Oh, bangs it straight in past Ian Walker in goal. Lee Dixon then took a penalty. That's 5. And against Leeds, Adams done it again at the near post with a 1-0 victory. And again there against Forest, Adams scoring. But Forest was a formidable outfit back then, and Steve Stone got himself on the score sheet there, and future England star. But Adams rises up again, another near post corner. Winterburn from the other side, and Adams makes it a hat trick. You don't hear that. It was 3 goals from Tony Adams. Dixon then bangs in a cracking goal against Forest to put us 4-1 up. But don't write off Forest, because they've got a man who's got a plan, and that was Stan Collymore. He gets on the score sheet again. Piercy, Psycho Pierce is here, puts the ball across, and Collymore gets a second. And then who else but Stan Collymore will then change the game by scoring his hat-trick to make it 4-4. But against West Ham, Wrighty showed why he's the top marksman, tucking in a penalty, and then a great through ball by Campbell, and Wright bared down in goal to make it a 2-0 victory. But after that, West Ham did pull one back. But was it enough? You've seen the goals so far, so let's do a quick recap. So, AC Milan, we beat them 2-0 in the Super Cup. What a victory there. It's another European trophy for this club. 38,000 come out to see a 5-0 drumming of Tottenham Hotspurs in the first game of the season at Highbury. Leeds 1-0, Tony Adams getting on the score sheet. And then against Forest, a cracking 4-4 draw. Adams getting a hat-trick with Dixon, with then Wrighty getting a brace against West Ham to see out August. August is still early in the season, but we are top after 4 games. It can all change because Man United, Blackburn, Villa have all got a game in hand against us. We've had the early kick-off against West Ham. But who knows? I'm enjoying this little save, and this is going to be a little weekend project. So every Sunday you are going to expect a retro database save from me with the Arsenal to see how well we can do. Yes, we're looking at transfers, and if I have to talk about speculation transfers, yes, okay, I'm going after the Arsenal targets, the Vieiras, the Omris, the Petits, the Overmars, the Bergkamps, to actually play with them once again. Don't get the opportunity often, so we're going to try it now. But currently, trying to get them is very hard. Some of them have just signed new contracts, so I'm trying to talk them around, and players want Champions League football. Well, I haven't got that yet. That's not happening this season for us. So the question is how well can I do? You see it there in the competition reputation. Serie A is top. Yes, players like George Weah, Roberto Baggio, Cannavaro is in there. I can't stress enough. Go and show Mad some love, because it is a fantastic database. And he's done some fantastic work. Him, Mr. Tierney, the rest of the team, absolutely brilliant. Guys, no matter what you call it, football, soccer, football, just remember, we all love the game, and I will see you next time.